Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I'll show you how to install the banjo spikes, and I will do it step by step so it's easy to follow. The reason I wanted to do this video is because when I was trying to do these for the first time, I came across through all sort of information, different approaches, and it was really confusing. So I wanted to compile all those questions that I had at the moment in the same video. So that's the reason why. For this I will also include a PDF in the description with the dimensions I use here in this video. And yeah, I also wanted to say that this approach is similar to the one that Deering uses. I just made some modifications to it, but the base is the same. And I know this may sound scary to drill holes in the banjo, to do this to your banjo, but as long as you do it with care and you follow the steps, it should be perfectly fine. So let's get to it. And for the things we're going to use, first we have the hand drill. I would strongly recommend to use one of these instead of a power tool, because you will get much more control when drilling the holes, and they are really tiny, so it's quite tricky with a power tool. I would just recommend to use one of these if you can get one. They are quite cheap. I will leave the link to all these items in the description. Next we have the fiddle gauges, where you're going to use these to take measurements and for adjusting the spikes. Then we have the spikes. These are Deering spikes. They are 0.83 millimeters in diameter. The diameter of the spike is going to determine which drill bit we use. In this case I'm using a 0.8 drill bit, really small one, because the diameter of the drill bit needs to be slightly below the diameter of the spike. If it's too small, you may end up splitting the fretboard. It's not common, but it happens when the hole is really small and the drill bit and the spike needs to go really tight. Then you end up with this risk. If it's too big, then the spike will be loose and probably will come out. Now I wanted to talk about two things. The first one is the location of the spike. I will put the spike on the inner side of the fifth string, not on the outer side. It's really common to do it on the outer side, but you have the risk of damaging the fingerboard or for splitting the wood. So in order to avoid those situations, I decided to put it inside. I know some people argue that this is not the best, but it depends on the style you play. If it's clawhammer, if it's bluegrass. But the thing is, as long as you put it correctly, the string is not going to pop out in any case. So it doesn't matter which style you play, it's going to be, in my opinion, always better to put it inside. The second thing I wanted to discuss is the inclination of the spike. It is also common to install it in an angle, but I would do it vertical because I think it is just easier, and for the same reason, if it's correctly installed, it's not coming out. And now for better visualization, I made this 3D model. This is the model of the banjo neck spanning from the 6th fret to the 12th, and it's based on a gold tone Carling 12th. This banjo has a wider neck than usual, but that doesn't have an effect on the installation because everything will be related to the 5th string and not to the edge of the neck. So if we make a section, we can see the detail of the spike. It goes through the fretboard and then into the neck wood. So this on the top is more fragile, so that's the one we need to be careful with, because it may split if the hole is too small. So we need to pay attention to these and choose the right drill bit diameter, which is going to be 0.8 for this specific spike, which is 0.83 millimeters in diameter. So if we go into the drawing mode, this is what I will provide in the description of the video. This is the PDF that you will be able to download and You can see how it looks, the location. If we look into the detail 2, section AA, we go here. So here it is stated the drill bit diameter, which needs to be 0.8 millimeters. It's also in inches. And zooming in, we see that the distance from the edge of the 5th string to the center of the hole, it's 0.7 millimeters. Of course, this is difficult to measure, but I will show you 2 options that you have to do this. Also, the gap between the spike and the fretboard is 0.4 millimeters. We're going to use the feeder gauge. One of them I will show you later. And here it's another detail which states the distance from the fret edge, from the steel, to the center of the spike, which is going to be 10 millimeters. And as you can see here at the bottom, there is an isometric view of the neck, also with the section made, so you can see it inside. Yeah, and here at the bottom you have some notes just to keep in mind regarding the some dimensions, drill bit dimensions, the gap, etc. So this is it for regarding this section. And now let's move on to the installation. Now the first thing we're going to do is to measure 10 millimeters from the center of the wire of the 7th fret to the top of the banjo. Make sure you're measuring from the center of the wire. There it is. We just need to make a small mark. As long as it's visible, it's fine. So there we have it. Now, next step is to mark the gap between the string and the spike. To do so, for me, the best way is first to secure the 5th string. For these, I use a capo. It's not needed, but it's preferred. It's just easier. So then I put it here, close to the location of the spike, making sure we don't bend the strings, because we need to keep the 5th string as if it was just resting in its original position. So we put it there, make sure it's all in place. We tighten a bit. Okay, now the 5th string is fixed and we can continue. So for this I use the feeler gauge. The one I use is a 0.5 millimeters because we need to account for a bit of the thickness of the mechanical pencil. Now I put it flush against the string, like so, making sure it's completely vertical, and then I just mark it again. It's not extremely accurate, but it's approximate. Now the next step, it's going to be loosening the tension on the 5th string. We don't want to have this string in the way when we are drilling or marking the pilot hole for the spike. So we just remove the tension, just move it aside a bit. For keeping in place, I also use the capo again. Now it's not moving from there. To make the final lock position, so we draw this line, and in the intersection of the 2 lines is where we're going to have the spike. So basically there. Next we need to make the pilot hole. It's not going to be a hole, it's just going to be a mark. But for these, what I use is a drill bit that the tip is quite pointy. You can use whatever you want, as long as it's pointy and you can just make a mark at the location. It's going to be fine. So in this case I'm using a drill bit to make the indentation, but you can use any sharp pointed object. So now we're going to mark the pilot hole. For these we'll just apply a bit of pressure on this case is drill bit. In case you use a nail or whatever, just apply a bit of pressure until you see a visible mark, an indentation, and that will be sufficient. Okay, so there it is. Next is going to be drilling the hole, but first, before drilling, what I did here was to mark the drill bit with a bit of tape, and the depth of the hole needs to be equal to the length of the spike. So this is 0.8 millimeters, and this is what we're marking with the tape. So the exposed length of the drill bit will be 0.8 millimeters. Yeah, let's continue with the drilling. Okay, that's it. The hole is made. So let's put the spike in. To do so, first I will put it in by pressure with these pliers, just putting pressure on top. And when this is no longer possible, I will use a hammer with a screwdriver with a flat top. Be really careful when hammering. And if you see any sign of damage to the wood, or it shows signs of splitting up or whatever, let's put the spike out, drill the hole again, so some more wood comes out, and then try again. So first let's put it in place. Okay, first try with pliers, just putting pressure on top. And after that you can continue with the hammer. Now when we're close to the fretboard, what we need is to get the feeler gauge and to set it to 0.016 inches or 0.4 millimeters, and then put it underneath. Like so. It's in place, and then continue hammering. This looks good. So it's you can put it in and out, but it's tight. So that's it. And for final adjustments, in case it's not fully straight, we can just use the hammer again and give it some touches. There it is. This is the spike installed. As you can see here on the left, there are some marks on the fretboard that happened before when I was trying to put it in by pressure, and then it bent and it created this indentation on the fretboard. If that happens, what you have to do is just pull it out with pliers, being careful not to twist it much, but just with a vertical motion upwards, and take it out. Try again with a new spike. But don't worry if it happens, just be careful pulling it out and try again. Let's put some tension. So let's see if it works. Yeah, works just fine. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed the video and you managed to install the spike. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. See you!